Hello, I am Cecilia Rodebush. Everybody calls me Cece. Very glad to be joining you today as a 32-year veteran of teaching general and adapted music in the Iowa City schools. I'm here today to talk to you about composing. Maybe that's something you're currently doing in your classroom and possibly not, but I want to let you know that that's something that anyone can teach in their music room, because every child walks in the classroom with two very unique skills. One is their singing voice. I don't think there's anything more personal than a singing voice. And secondly is their creative ability. And that's something you can't give them. It's what they have and what they share when you ask them and give them opportunities in the music room. I think that the opportunity to compose allows them to share that creativity in an individualized way. It provides an opportunity for differentiation. Any age, any ability can compose. And so I'd like to convince you to do some composing in your classroom this year. After I retired, I became the director of education of a nonprofit called New Harmony Line. And the reason I love New Harmony Line so much is because I went to a workshop in 2007 and I saw Hyperscore and I said, oh my gosh, that is the missing link. It is exactly what I was looking for in my junior high general music classroom, where I was required to do a composition unit. Prior to that, I'd been doing like put some quarters and eighth notes in the melody line and put the C chord on the bottom. And I don't think that was a good composition unit, but I saw this and I was amazed. If you just look up your screen right now, this is a song that all of us know. The song is right here in the middle, and we have what are called some melody motifs around it. We also have something called rhythm, but it's not present in the song. Do you recognize the song? I think all of you know it. If I show you this motif and you look at the pattern that is present in the window, do you recognize it now? How about if I do this? I knew you knew what it was. When I saw this first piece, I said, it's amazing what this can do. And as a visual learner, I look at it and I say, this is an incredibly amazing way to see what you are composing. I'm going to play just a tiny. Okay, I think you can see that. We can bring in that whole entire piece of music by bringing all these windows together. This purple window features prominently because it's the most common motif that's in the piece. I'm going to play just a tiny section. I picked my favorite part right here. If you can see, that blue motif features prominently here at the top, and it's guiding all the other things that are the motifs that are happening here at the bottom. This is just a little bit of what Hyperscore is. It was created in the MIT Media Lab under the supervision of Professor Todd Mackover with students Mary Farbood and Egon Pastor, and was later worked on as a graduate thesis by Dr. Kevin Jennings from Dublin, Ireland. And together they created this incredible, amazing missing link for my classroom. I want to show you that I just recently had an experience where I did a long-term subbing position for a maternity leave. And this piece that's in front of me in Cotton Candy theme, which is part of our new web-based version that was released on May 3rd, this was written by a second grader. And I'm going to show you a little bit of what I had the second grader, or what I presented the second grader as I did all the K through 6 students composed in the 5 weeks I was doing the maternity leave at the end of this past school year. The student here was asked to lay out a alternating steady beat And then to be able to subdivide the note, they had been studying quarters, halves, and eighth notes. And so they could clearly see the quarters, halves, and eighth notes here visually. They know the actual notation in the classroom, and then they saw it visually here. And then the next thing they were to do is they'd been working on an ocean unit with our teacher, and we thought of all the creatures that you see in the sea. And so they had to write out some of those creatures here using the groups of four. They wrote clam, shell, which is a rhythm we had practiced seeing visually as standard notation, and then they wrote it in the notation for Hyperscore. Great white fish, here is anemone. And once they were able to write out some of those patterns and show that to me, then they had the opportunity to have some creative time. And I thought it was really interesting that this second grader not only learned to bring in a 16th note, but also a whole note into the piece. Once students had created this for me and shared that with me, which awesome thing is they were working individually. I was able to go around the classroom, talk to them, guide them, help them individually. They helped each other if they were having issues. Once they were able to do that, they earned free creative time, and she discovered the melody window. And I'm going to play you just a tiny bit of her melody window here. I could go on forever with this incredible piece, but I want you to see that down here, she discovered 30-second notes. I didn't teach it to her. It's something that she found by messing around with the mouse, that she could create 30-second notes. The most amazing part is we put together these blue and green and pink windows to create harmonies. And that's what this is right here. I'm going to share with you her piece. And I'm going to tell you that one of the requirements I had when they wrote their piece is to sit and listen to it and think about what it makes them think of. And when I asked her to listen to it, she said the word royalty. And after I played just a little bit of it, I'm going to tell you what she ended up calling this piece of music. Would you be surprised if I told you that she named this piece Kings and Queens? I have something else to show you here. This is a piece from one of our beta pilot testers. This person also wrote rhythms and melodies, but they are 14 years old. I'm going to play just their piece for you because it's an amazing example of how they put everything together. A section here. Clearly a switch to B. A section. Coda plus some silence at the end. That one was amazing.